James Turner for the untouchable True School Sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year to everyone out there in the world, no matter where you're at. This is my first actual video of like a video updating you guys on the boxing news, giving you my thoughts, giving you guys that world-class boxing talk for the first time here in 2025. We're at the midway point already of this decade, so it's crazy how much time is flying. Right now, I'm patrolling the streets of Mito, Japan, the beautiful Mito, Japan. Probably in the running for my favorite city in Japan just because of the solitude and how quiet it is. But guys, let's start this year off with a bang. Let's come out the box swinging, because you guys know that Canelo Alvarez has been a popular subject of conversation here on True School Sports for a lot of years. You know, I've spent a lot of time talking about cinnamon, right? So Canelo Alvarez, it's been reported that Canelo Alvarez has apparently approached none other than William Scull for a chance to fight for the IBF title that he dropped to not fight William Scull so that he could fight Edgar Berlanga. So for those of you who watch my lives and really follow me closely, you may remember I said a long time ago that I think Canelo Alvarez is absolutely trolling the boxing world. I feel like he dropped that belt against William Scull to not fight William Scull, so he can get an easy fight against Berlanga and then get a chance to win that belt back and become undisputed 2 times. And if he goes through it trying to get this fight, that's exactly what he's attempted to do. You know, he's trying to take another path to become undisputed 2 times. So look, a lot of people are upset about it. I'm not. I think it's kind of hilarious. Like, I think it's one of the biggest troll jobs in boxing, because the reality is, if he becomes undisputed champion again, nobody's going to remember, like, very few people are going to remember 20 years from now, 10 years from now, even 5 years from now, how he became 2-time undisputed. All they're gonna remember about Canelo was that he was a 2-time undisputed champion. So, you know, hey, he didn't make the rules, but he sure knows how to play by them. So shout out to Canelo. But is William Scull versus Canelo a great fight? Not really. William Scull, I think, is the weakest champion in boxing in any weight class right now. I think William Scull is a step down in class, even from the guys like Jaime Munguia. I'm not sure if he's a step down in class from Edgar Berlanga. I think him and Edgar Berlanga would actually be a competitive fight. But he is a step down in class from even a guy like Munguia, you know? So, Canelo Alvarez, look, it's time for people to accept that Canelo Alvarez is semi-retired. He's not in this sport to fight the best anymore. Them days is long gone, right? So, you know, it is what it is. He'll beat William Scull. He'll become 2-time undisputed champion. And it'll add to his accomplishments on paper, right? So you can't I'm not gonna get mad, because that's literally, like, I always expected this, so it's not surprising to me. It's only surprising to people that, you know, hold Canelo to this ridiculously high standard, which I never have. I never really rated Canelo as highly as a lot of you guys do. So it's not surprising to me. It's par for the course with his career. But on the other hand, I am happy about, if he isn't a fight William Scull, like, I'm not excited for the fight itself. I think it's a waste of time. It really is a trash ass fight if you want to just be all the way 100 about it. But really and truthfully, let me go back this way. I'm happy about it because it prevents a fight that I think is even more pointless from happening. And yes, I think Terence Crawford versus Canelo was an extremely pointless fight. For those of you who've been following me, you guys know I'm a big Terence Crawford fan, but I've been getting tired of him ever since he beat Errol Spence. He's just been acting like the world has to get on their knees and kiss his ass. Nah, man, forget all that. He needs to be fighting these guys at 154. He need to go fight Bakram. He need to go fight Boachuk. He need to go fight Virgil Ortiz. He need to go do a Madrimov rematch, because it's debatable if he really even beat him. I mean, I thought he beat Madrimov. I thought he beat Madrimov fair and square, but it wasn't like no blowout. It was a really, really razor-tight fight, close fight. And I don't really subscribe to the notion of, like, you gotta take the belt from the champion, but a lot of people do when it's convenient. And he didn't really, like, take the belt from the champion. He barely won. And really, it could have been a draw, or he could have lost 7-5. But it wasn't no like wide fight. So to me, he's got hella fights to do at 154 because it's just right. Like you want to jump up 2 weight class. It took Crawford all these years to go from 35 to 47, and he just want to jump up from 154 to 168 for the cash. And for me, as a Terence Crawford fan of now 11 years, I've been a Terence Crawford fan since 2014. I'm a real Terence Crawford fan, not like you fake Terence Crawford fans out there. Like, I really been rocking with Terence Crawford for a long time. And I don't like the idea of Terence Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes, compromising himself to potentially lose his O to Canelo Alvarez. No, absolutely not. If he's gonna fight Canelo Alvarez, he should do it the right way. You know, I know he don't got a lot of time left, but you know, he should probably do like one more fight at 54. Maybe do a fight at 160. It don't even gotta be for a title. He could fight a straight can at 160. And then fight Canelo. But he wanted to jump up and just go fight Canelo. And to me, it's like, bro, you're trying to cash out and you're going to taunt it. Like, you're going to go up there. Everyone, and it's crazy to me how everyone's just saying that he's just going to go up there and beat Canelo. And you guys know I'm not no Canelo fan at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm like a internationally known Canelo hater. Even though I don't hate Canelo anymore, people still remember me how I was those years when I wanted to see Canelo fight Andrade, and so I can't, like, with certain people, I can't shed that that label. I'm a Canelo hater, right? No matter what I do. So I'm not even no Canelo fan like that. But you know, Crawford could barely take punches from Kavaluskas. You know, he's been hurt plenty of times by guys at lower weight classes, and Canelo Alvarez is a very smart fighter, very smart counter puncher, knows how to cut the ring off, knows how to make you waste energy. So Crawford may think, Terence Crawford and Bomac, they may think they have this great game plan. They may think like, oh, we're going to go in there and just move around. And Canelo's going to Canelo will use that against Crawford. And Crawford will get beat the fuck up. He'll lose his O. And he'll cash out, so he'll get his money. He'll get the money he wants. But he'll get beat the fuck up. And Canelo Alvarez will get all of his credit for beating a guy who's a welterweight, really. And I don't like that idea. As a real Terence Crawford fan who's seen the struggles he's went through, and I've been following Terence Crawford since 2014, back on the early HBO days. Fun fact, when like 10 years ago, when I was working at Antonio's Pizza on East Dania Beach Boulevard, I remember I worked a late night shift. And I remember at the time, I didn't have no transportation, and I got out of work, right, late. And I ran from one side of Dania Beach to the other side of Dania Beach. Rushed home, out of breath damn near, just to watch Terence Crawford fight Thierry Jean. So that's the kind of Terence Crawford fan I am. And I just don't like the idea of it. I'd rather see him fight the guys at 154. I feel like there's a lot of really interesting fights for him at 154. With guys like Bakram Murtazaliev, who's made a big name for himself, whooping up on Tim Tszyu. The Madrimov rematch is still intriguing. You got Virgil Ortiz if he beats Madrimov. That's still an interesting fight. You know, there's fights up there for him. You know, and I like it. I like that better for him. Maybe he can go unify up at 54 and then go pick off an easy title at 160 to become a 5-division champion, and then boom, you could end it like that. You don't got to go sell your O to Canelo and compromise yourself. And no, man, because I already know how it's gonna go. Like everyone thinks that Crawford's gonna go up there and just move around and box Canelo, and you got Tim Bradley, who I respect a lot, saying that Terence Crawford's gonna beat the shit out of Canelo. I don't think that. I don't think so. And I'm not no. I can't. I really don't like Canelo like that. But Crawford's gonna move around well for about 3.5 to 4.5 rounds, and by the middle rounds, he's gonna start getting counterpunched out the damn building. Canelo, his legs are going to give out on him because he's 37 years old. He's going to have to sit there and fight, and he won't be big enough, and he won't be strong enough to withstand what's coming at him. And eventually he's going to get broken down and get folded up. And then when he loses, people are going to come on this platform and say, oh, well, Terence Crawford was too small for Canelo, and he shouldn't have went up there. And I'm going to tell you guys that I've been saying that the whole time, but you guys were advocating for it, thinking that he was going to be punching on Canelo like he was punching on Amir Khan or punching on Kell Brook, and it's just not going to go like that. So, look. I'm all over the place right now, but I wanted to just come out the box and just tell you guys that I think Crawford and Canelo is a completely pointless fight. I think they both got better fights to make around their actual weight classes that mean more. And William Scull versus Canelo is the ultimate troll job in boxing. This dude Canelo, he literally dropped his belt, didn't fight William Scull. William Scull was mandatory. He fought Berlanga, sold a bunch of tickets because it was Mexico versus Puerto Rico, and now he's in a fight an even maybe even an easier opponent, William Scull. So he's just right now, Canelo Alvarez. He's playing the game of boxing, and he's not letting the game of boxing play him. So from the business side of it, I could respect it because this is a tough sport to make a living in. But William Scull is the weakest champion in boxing, and Canelo Alvarez, I'll tell you right now, Canelo Alvarez hasn't been knocking nobody out. He didn't knock out Berlanga. He didn't knock out Munguia. He didn't knock out John Ryder. I'll tell you right now, if Canelo Alvarez does not knock out or stop William Scull, he should automatically be disqualified from being a top 5 Mexican fighter of all time. That's how big of a mismatch that fight is. So these are just my thoughts. What do you guys think? And you know what? I know there's a lot of Crawford fans on YouTube. If you think I'm talking at the side of my mouth about Crawford, Canelo, and you think Crawford will beat the brakes off Canelo, please give me your reasons why. Give me a breakdown why. Because I know the reasons why. People are going to pick Crawford because they feel he's strong enough to deal with Canelo for 12 rounds. They feel like, you know, his legs will be strong enough to deal with Canelo for 12 rounds. And that's not how I see it. I see the legs being strong enough for like maybe 4.5 rounds tops. And by the middle rounds, Canelo Alvarez counter-punching him, picking up on his timing, and using that against him. And people then making the excuse that Crawford was too small. And I just want to avoid all that. And I don't, if Terence Crawford is going to lose a fight, because he truly is a great, great fighter, like an all-time great, like one of the best fighters that ever lived. I love Terence Crawford. And I don't like the idea of him losing to Canelo Alvarez and Canelo Alvarez getting credit for it. That's corny. It's stupid. And if Terence Crawford's going to lose, it should be to somebody that's in his actual weight class, not a guy who has been the light heavyweight champion of the world at one point in time. So, you know, that's where I'm at. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dang It. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you click right over here.